Welcome to Soul Tales Daily, where simple stories echo deep emotions, joy, sorrow, greed, and glimpses of humanity. Stay a while, maybe you'll find yourself in one of them. Right finger hit subscribe and make every day a story to remember. Dizzy. There are families who thought they had lost everything forever: money, home, honor. But in the depths of despair, they found the greatest treasure: love, humanity, and the will to revive. Sunny California. The white mansion sat on a hill overlooking the endless blue sea. Palm trees stretched high in the wind, and the swimming pool sparkled like jade in the sunlight. John Parker stepped down the polished wooden stairs, tall and sturdy, with neat brown hair and the confident eyes of someone who had reached the pinnacle of success. Beside him, Anna, a graceful figure, silky blonde hair, and pale skin, smiled gently, lighting up the whole space. In that house, there is also Lily, the daughter with long, shiny hair, dreamy blue eyes, always holding a small notebook to record every emotion. And Ben, the mischievous boy, with slightly curly brown hair, bright, mischievous eyes that seemed to contain the whole sun. The bustling wine parties, the vacations on the Malibu beach, all make the Parker family a symbol of complete happiness. Then Richard appeared. The man wore a tight black suit, his face was sharp, his eyes flashed with ambition. He held out his hand, his voice like honey. "John, invest. The profits will triple. This is your chance to leave a lasting mark." Driven by a bigger dream, John put his faith in him. But just a few months later, Richard disappeared with all his money. The Parker empire collapsed, like a sandcastle washed away in an instant. White villas were repossessed by banks. Luxury cars disappeared in the night. The Parker family had to move to an old apartment in a damp neighborhood. The walls were patchy, the roof leaked, and weak light filtered through dusty windows. Lily sat by the window, her face downcast, tears falling softly. "I miss my room with the pink light." Ben held his father's hand, his voice hesitant. "Dad, it's so dark here. When can we go back to the old house?" John was stunned, but Anna, her hair falling softly on her shoulders, placed a warm hand on his. "We still have each other. That is the real home. Then we will do it again." One afternoon, Michael, a close friend from college, walked into the old apartment. He was wearing a simple shirt, his eyes were gentle but determined. "John, you are not alone. I have a small shop that needs help. Let's start over together." Other friends came along. Someone brought some food, someone helped Anna get a job as a waitress at a restaurant, Lily babysat a neighbor's baby, Ben sold newspapers on the street. In that poor apartment, laughter gradually returned. Humanity lit up the darkness. One stormy night, John sat by the window, his head in his hands, his voice choked. "You ruined everything. The children are suffering because of you." Anna sat down beside him, her blue eyes shining with strength. "You didn't ruin anything. You are the strength of this family. Stand up, for me and the children." The next day, at an event in the city center, John suddenly saw Richard. He walked in a new suit, smiling arrogantly. The blood in John's chest seemed to boil, but Anna held his hand tightly. "Don't take revenge. We don't need that dirty money. What we need is a clean start." John took a deep breath, turned around and left. At that moment, he truly chose the path of resurrection. Together with Michael, John opened a small coffee shop on the side of the street. At first, there were only a few old wooden tables and a few dim yellow lights. Anna wore a simple dress and stood behind the counter making cakes. Lily, her hair tied up, smiled gently as she paid for the customers. Ben quickly brought each cup of coffee, his laughter echoing throughout the shop. Day after day, their sweat fell, and in return their trust gradually grew. Customers not only came to drink coffee, but also to find real warmth. While Parker Cafe was becoming more and more famous, Richard was being exposed. Dozens of families accused him of fraud. One morning, the TV news showed Richard was handcuffed, his face haggard, his clothes wrinkled, being escorted by the police from a cheap hotel. The former glory was gone, only humiliation and misery remained. John looked at the screen quietly, sighed softly and said, "Justice has come. We don't need to dirty our hands." Later, Parker Cafe has become a familiar corner of the city. The small shop is now warmly lit, its walls covered with photos of family and friends. One afternoon at sunset, on the California beach, the waves gently lapped. John held Anna's hand, his eyes filled with tears. "We lost everything, to find the most important thing." Anna tilted her head slightly, her smile as gentle as the last rays of sunlight. "Wealth can fade away. But this love will remain forever. Lily sat down and wrote another page in her diary. Happiness doesn't need to be extravagant. It's right here, in the palm of our hands. Ben ran on the sand, his laughter ringing like a song of resurrection. Money can be taken away. Fame can be destroyed. But family love, true friendship, and the power of justice, nothing can destroy it. The richest thing in the world is human love. If this story has touched your heart, please subscribe to the channel to spread stories of love, strength, and kindness. Because who knows, one day, the next story will be yours. Heart.